it, as well as how you tell us how you can get involved, is Lachey Graff, the Executive Director for Brave the Shave. Good morning to you, Lachey.
Good morning, ladies. How are you guys doing?
We're doing really good.
It is so wonderful to have you back. I always get excited to talk about Brave the Shave because it's such a wonderful event. But for anyone who's watching or new to the area, tell us what Brave the Shave is.
Yeah, so Brave the Shave started. We are in its 17th year. Crazy
Wow.
to think, right? Right. It just seems like yesterday. 17th year. We are a nonprofit 501c3 here in North Dakota. Everybody thinks we are Bismarck based, but our community that we actually support is throughout the whole entire state of North Dakota.
So how many kids do you help out? Not maybe throughout the year, a month specifically. How many years over the how many kids over the 17 years have you
oh my gosh.
helped?
I mean, countless.
Yeah.
But we have currently what we can track is about 170 kids.
Wow.
So
Today.
that we've been today.
Wow.
And we just got a couple more this week that we need to reach out to. So those are just the ones that we've heard of. There's so many children here in North Dakota that may not have heard about us. So we appreciate getting the opportunity to tell the story and maybe reach out to some of those families that don't know what Brave the Shave is or what we do.
Absolutely. So how does a family know whether or not Brave the Shave can help their child? Because you help with childhood cancer. How do they do they need to ask the question, does my child qualify? Does our family qualify? Like, how do you know if your child is a child in need?
So most of the time the hospital, so there's very limited hospitals here in North Dakota that work with children with cancer. A lot of them are from here in Bismarck or from Fargo, the Roger Maris Cancer Center. We have some really amazing social workers that work there. But word of mouth, I mean, just yesterday we had a family, it was kind of bittersweet. A family had a child undergo cancer, knew of a family that underwent cancer or has a child going through it, and reached out and said, hey, you need to reach out to them, see if you guys can help. And that's usually where it actually comes from, is families and people such as yourselves saying, we know somebody, can you reach out, or here's the information. That's how, I mean, it's a pretty easy process.
Yeah.
So it's just finding those people.
And that's so impactful too. And of course, your main event is coming up,
Yes.
and that's the big drive. I mean, even our own meteorologist Jacob
Yes.
Morse did it, and so it's a big task. But
Yeah.
where does the money go? How impactful really is this Brave the
Oh
Shave?
my gosh,
Yeah.
the stories. I
Yeah.
mean, there's so many stories. Due to some privacy, like naming names and stuff, we are unable to do that. But to have a family reach out and say, hey, we're just finishing up with treatment, and we just got a letter that's saying that they want to evict us from our house. We've fallen behind because of all these medical bills, the time, the travel, the loss of the job, and we're able to step in and say, hey, we've got you. You need to focus on getting your child safe and healthy, and let us take care of that bill for you. So we have an amazing committee. Everybody kind of asked, like, how do you decide? We have an incredible board that goes through and approves those messages and reaches out and lets those families know, like, hey, we've got you covered. There's a bill being sent to that organization, and it's covered.
Absolutely.
So as we took a look at those pictures that were flashing
Yeah.
across the screen, it was amazing to see the amount of people that show up, and not only that, but there's kids there that from like grade school
Yes.
all the way up to people who are retired.
Yes.
So why do you think this event pulls at the heartstrings of such a wide age group and such a diverse group of people?
I mean, anytime you get a child hurting, you want to fix it. To have a child that is diagnosed with cancer, it's not just something that's quick, it's easy, it's done with. It's a lifelong diagnosis. A majority of the kids, 2 out of 3 kids, end up with a secondary issue because of the treatments that they underwent. I just read an article the other day, and it was, cancer didn't kill my child, the treatment killed my child.
Yeah.
And that's something that we push for, to find better treatments. The treatments that are being done on children are outdated, let alone the research being funded towards children. 4% of our national funding goes to childhood cancer. Well, there's over 200 different types of cancer.
Yeah.
That's very spread thin amongst the types. So, one of the pictures that popped up was my little guy's team. For those of you that have been here before, they know my son was diagnosed with stage 4 high-risk neuroblastoma. And he has got this incredible little buddy group, and he doesn't shave his head. It's a little traumatic for him. He lost his hair going through the treatment. But to have his little guys, his little buddies, stand up and honor him and say, like, hey, we got you. oh my gosh, like it makes me cry every time. You
Yeah.
know, I'm usually up on helping MC and everything, but it's just, it pulls at the heartstrings.
It's a
and to
moment.
have the families and have the children recognize, like, you know, this isn't scary. I'm not going to catch it from being a friend with this person,
Yeah.
but I can support them,
Yeah.
you know, and I feel like in our community in this day and age, you know, people want to support children. It's just, how do you support those children? And this gives a great opportunity. You get a child stepping up to the plate and saying,
Yeah.
hey,
Amazing.
I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah.
And this is where we give people an opportunity to
Yeah.
come help you. Lachey, we're already down to 30 seconds, believe it or
Oh,
not.
no.
But the big event, how can we do teams, individuals,
Yes,
everything?
so we are currently accepting teams. You know, the teams, individuals, if you don't want to be, if you want to have a team, just check out the teams that are currently out there. We're accepting teams. We're getting them booked right now. Now's the time to get started, going through the community, finding those sponsors. Still looking for sponsors, vendors,
Yeah.
anything to make this event successful. It's April 20th here at the YMCA. The doors open at 12:30, but the event starts with introductions of the families, and the head shaving begins at 1:30. And I did get a question I wanted to touch base.
Yep.
6 inches is what is needed to donate your hair.
Okay.
And the organization we use, we take care of it all for you there.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Just gotta
really,
show up.
it just got to show up. It's
Yeah.
just come, even, I mean, the silent auction, wow, there's
Yeah.
inflatables,
So much.
jumpies, face painting. I mean, it's a fan.
It's not just the head shaving.
It's just
There
not a
is
head shaving.
A ton going on
It's
that
a
day.
fun day to be there and be a part of it and
It
listen
is.
to the stories too
Yeah.
from the families.
It's a lot. We listen to you, and it's so impactful. It really
Yeah.
is. Lachey Graff, thank you for
No,
coming
thank
down
you,
today
ladies.
from Brave the Shave.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, stick around. We have more North Dakota Today coming up right after this.